All right, let's dive into something that's shaking up the way we learn. We're talking about a tool called FesFlex, and it uses AI to get rid of, the most boring part of studying, actually making the materials. We're going to break down exactly how it works and what it means for anyone trying to learn something new.
So here's the game plan. We'll start with the pain points, the old way of doing things, then we'll introduce the FesFlex solution, peek under the hood to see how it works, figure out who this is really for, and then we'll look ahead to the future.
Okay, first things first. Let's talk about a struggle that pretty much every single one of us has faced. All that prep work before you can even start learning.
I mean, come on, you've been there, right? Staring at a huge textbook, knowing you need to make flashcards or practice quizzes, but it just takes forever. Whether a student cramming for an exam or a professional trying to pick up a new skill, that manual grind is a serious time killer.
And this really lays it all out. It's a night and day difference. On one side, you've got the old way. Slow, manual, and let's be honest, super frustrating. On the other side, you have the FesFlex way. Instant, automated, and just way more effective.
So what does this smarter solution actually look like? Well, let's pull back the curtain and introduce FesFlex.
So at its heart, FesFlex is a super intelligent platform. It's built on Google's powerful Gemini AI, and its whole job is to take any topic you can think of and instantly transform it into high-quality study tools.
And this is the number that should really make your jaw drop, an up to 80% reduction in prep time. Just think about that for a second. That 5-hour study session you used to spend just making flashcards, that could now be just 1 hour. That's a massive amount of time you get back for actual studying, or, sleeping.
So how on earth does it actually do this? How does it go from a simple topic to a full-blown test in just a matter of seconds? Let's get under the hood.
It's actually incredibly simple. It boils down to just 3 steps. You start by plugging in your topic, anything from Renaissance art to quantum physics. Then, the AI actually helps you refine it to get the best results. And finally, you click one button, and boom, you've got your materials.
And when I say fast, I mean fast. The whole process takes less than 30 seconds. That's probably less time than it takes to find a pen that actually works and a fresh stack of note cards. It's pretty wild.
But here's the thing, it's not just about creating the materials. FesFlex gives you a whole interactive learning system. You get these cool flashcards that flip with animations, you can instantly turn any deck into a practice quiz to test yourself, and you get immediate feedback on how you did. Plus, you can export everything to study offline whenever you want.
Okay, so you've made all this great stuff. Where does it all live? Let's look at how FesFlex organizes everything into what's basically your own personal knowledge hub.
It all comes together right here in your personal library. This is your command center. You can search and filter to find any deck in seconds. You can choose to share your decks with others or keep them private. And of course, you can access all of it from any device, anywhere.
So, you might be thinking, okay, this sounds cool, but is it really for me? Well, let's break down who benefits the most from a tool like this.
It really is designed for pretty much everyone in the learning ecosystem. We're talking about 3 main groups: students who need to be more efficient, educators who need to create materials without the headache, and professionals who need to keep learning to stay ahead in their careers.
For students, it's often about surviving those high-pressure moments. As one user put it, being able to create materials in minutes instead of hours literally saved my semester. That's a huge deal. And what about for educators? It's a total game changer. This teacher said it revolutionized their lesson planning. It gives them back so much time to focus on actually teaching instead of being bogged down with prep work.
And then you've got professionals. In today's world, you have to be learning all the time. FesFlex becomes this essential tool for creating study materials on the fly, whether it's for a new certification or just to get up to speed on a new technology for your job.
All right, let's wrap this up. Let's talk about how you can actually get started with this thing and what the future holds for the platform.
Getting started is super straightforward. You just sign in with your Google account, and then you add a free Google Gemini API key. Now, API key might sound a little technical, but don't worry. It's basically just a unique password that lets FesFlex talk to Google's AI securely. Once you pop that in the settings, you're good to go.
And the platform is not sitting still. The roadmap is packed with awesome new features, like support for multiple languages, audio so you can listen to your flashcards, advanced analytics to track your progress, and even dedicated mobile apps for iOS and Android.
And that really brings us to the big final question. When you take away all the boring, tedious prep work that holds you back, what's possible? What's that subject you've always wanted to master?
Seriously, what could you learn if you had no limits?